about programs in business administration, international business. And here are our guests. Of course, I will also introduce them separately in a bit. Before that, I want to mention about Mad German University, which is organizer of today's session. It is Germany's largest study program database. You can find programs here which are taught fully in English. It could be a combination of languages as one of the programs today, and maybe also fully German programs. So whatever German universities offer all of that is listed in our study finder, and not to be lost in the 24,000 plus programs, you can always narrow down your search according to different criteria, combine all the different filters, and then sort programs according to application deadline or maybe location or some other filters that are interesting for you. We also have lots of articles. Today's session is again focused on bachelors. Therefore, I will also share the articles that are for bachelor students. For example, how to apply for bachelor's programs and so on. So those articles are even translated to different languages. Feel free to check them out in case you want in case you want to know about some specific topic and you find it in our articles, especially the requests about scholarships. We take them super serious, and we have country-specific scholarship lists available, especially from DAD, of course. And in case you have visa inquiries, this is also taken seriously, and we even have articles about visa processing times in XYZ country. Feel free to check them out as well. And of course, the webinars, I'm sure you know them because you're attending one of them right now. But in case you don't know about different types of webinars we offer, those are subject and general webinars. In general webinars, one of them was yesterday, for example. My colleagues and I present broader topics like visa only assist, scholarships, opportunity card, blocked account, and so on. And we will be also starting webinars in German language. So in case you want to know more about Hochschulstart, feel free to join Camilla in her webinar soon. And of course, our team, we are based in Hamburg, Germany. 2 of our team members are missing from the slide. They have just started yesterday, therefore we will add pictures as soon as possible. And then you will have a complete list. Right now, you are missing 2 great team members that have already started with us. We are counseling in different languages, and our aim is to provide information about studying in Germany from international and German perspective, and also try to connect you with your future program already from your home country with these webinars, because you can get a taste of the future program to which you want to apply. Okay, so I also narrowed down the search of business administration international business programs for you. And as you can see, I have selected here English only or English German language options. And you can find almost 200 degree programs for this, and 63 are on bachelor's. Of course, 63 is not 100 or so, and you could theoretically go by one, but it would of course take some time. And maybe you already have your IELTS or TOEFL test, or you are specifically searching for programs without or with tuition fees, or with specific admission rule without or with admission restrictions. So you can adjust all those filters here. You can see additional filters if you want, and then sort the program. So this way, then you have, let's say, a favorite of 5 programs to which you want to apply, and hopefully start your semester next year in Germany. I already shared this with our guests, and I want to mention to you as well that we have a new subject pages that are super interactive, very informative, and I personally believe that they provide a nice overview of specific subjects that are offered in German universities and what you can expect, how many programs there are, what are the approximate tuition, and other things. I know many of you also like popularities and rankings, so we have taken this into account, and you can also see kind of popular programs and so on in our subject pages. A very, very important advice from our side is to always check each program individually because all programs are super different, very interesting. And when selecting and applying for a program, it's really, really important. And I also say it from my own example, because I also applied as an international and came here as an international. So it's really important to not be guided by others, but also decide what you are interested in. And that's why we also have those subject webinars so that you understand the content of the program, what the program offers, some internship options, maybe study abroad options, or some other language training. So all of that should help you decide and correctly select your future program. In case you are just in your last year or have just graduated from high school and you don't know about the university landscape in Germany, and you are randomly browsing and seeing universities of applied sciences and wondering, why should I apply to one or another? What's the difference? We, of course, have more competent guests today. If you have further questions, feel free to ask them. But what I want to mention is that usually programs offered by universities are more research and theory oriented. Universities of applied sciences have more application and practice oriented courses. Of course, there are exceptions on both sides. Therefore, going back to my previous slide, please check each program individually. And there were sometimes questions if universities of applied sciences have accredited programs or they are not. So all programs that are presented are accredited and that are taught by universities, of course, are accredited. If you have questions about today's presented programs about accreditation, feel free to ask them as well. Another important thing on the example of one of the business administration programs is before, even though it's Master of Science program, it's the same for bachelor's as well. Before applying, please check the qualification requirements. The qualification requirements are the minimum that you need to fulfill to be eligible to apply. And further, there will be, I don't know, interview or some other steps so that they can accept you. However, first is to check if you are eligible to apply or not. And for bachelor's, it's important to check if your high school or if you have university entrance qualification for German bachelor's programs. Now, I will go behind the scenes because I would like to give the mic to Angela from Pforzheim University for location quick facts. You can have a quick look on the slide. The program still has application open until 30th of November. If you want to apply now, your full attention towards Angela for Business Administration International Business Program.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to my presentation on the bachelor's program in international business at Pforzheim University. As Nino just mentioned, my name is Angela Greilich, and I'm the academic coordinator for international students and studies in international business. It's a pleasure to have the opportunity to introduce our study program to you today. So before we start for our agenda today, I will first just talk a little bit about Pforzheim University in general. Then I will tell you something about our study program in international business. And then one of our students, Mr. Diallo, will tell you about his experience studying with us. And finally, you will have the opportunity to ask some questions about anything you'd like to know. So let's start. Pforzheim University. Our university, as you've just seen, is located in the southwest of Germany in the federal state of Baden-Württemberg, as you can see here on the map. And the city of Pforzheim is actually quite close to the French border to the west and the Swiss and Austrian border to the south. And our state's capital, Stuttgart, is located around 50 kilometers away. So the city of Pforzheim is an industrial city with around 320,000 inhabitants, and it is mainly a jewelry manufacturer with major companies such as Chopard and Behrendorff located here. And this is also the reason why Pforzheim is called the Golden City. And in the surrounding areas, such as in our capital Stuttgart, there are global industrial companies located, such as Porsche, Daimler, and Bosch. So Pforzheim University is a public university, which means that we are supervised by the federal state of Baden-Württemberg. A university was founded in 1992 as a merger of our current three faculties, the Design School, the Business School, and the School of Engineering. And we are a University of Applied Sciences, which indicates our highly practical focus. So all of our professors have several years of work experience in the industry, and our teaching methods are also very practical with group projects and internships included into our curriculum. We currently have around 6,300 students, 180 professors, 300 lecturers, and 340 employees. We offer you 31 undergraduate programs on a bachelor's level, as well as 16 graduate programs on a master's level. So for our business school, which is the faculty that the International Business Study Program is located in, our business school is one of Germany's largest business schools with around 3,200 students. We're ranked the #1 business school in Germany and #9 worldwide. And we have multiple accreditations such as AACSB and EFMD. We offer you a broad range of study programs with a vast variety of subjects to choose from, such as marketing, HR, finance, controlling, and of course, international business. So now let's talk about international business. So first of all, why should you decide to choose studying international business with us? So we offer you a unique combination of a study program in business administration combined with intensive training in 2 foreign languages. So this means that at the end of your studies, you will be fluent in those 2 languages. And in addition to that, we focus on international business, but you also have the opportunity to specialize in 4 areas, which are either marketing, accounting and finance, international studies, or digital management. And finally, through a customizable stay abroad, you can gain international experience and expand your intercultural competencies. So the International Business Study Program is a bachelor's program where you gain the title of Bachelor of Science at the end of your studies. Our program duration is 7 semesters, including 1 mandatory internship semester and 1 mandatory semester abroad. And we start twice a year, once during the summer semester and once during the winter semester. And what's really special about our program is that it's bilingual, which means that you will study in at least 2 or even 3 languages. So this means that around half of your classes will be held in English, and the other half will be either in French or Spanish, depending on your choice. And beyond that, you even have the option to select electives in German, so that by the end of your studies, you will have reached at least a B1 level in German. So the majority of your classes in the International Business Study Program will be basic subjects in economics and business. And those classes you will share with all other students from our business school. But the only difference being that you will be hearing those classes in either English, French, or Spanish, whilst the other students will hear them in German. And those basic subjects are, for instance, business or business administration, economics, taxes, IT, management, mathematics and statistics, law, and ethics. Beyond that, you also have the option to specialize in 4 areas, which are either marketing, accounting and finance, international studies, or digital management. Study path in international business will look something like this. So in your first year, which is the first and second semester, you will start your studies in Pforzheim, and there you will have lectures in English, and you will also have language classes in either French or Spanish, depending on your choice. And this is to help you expand your language proficiency and also to learn relevant business and economic terms which you might not have yet learned at school. Then in your second year, so your third and fourth semester, you will continue your studies in Pforzheim, and there around half of your lectures will be in English, and the other half will be in either French or Spanish. So here you can see that it's really important that you already bring good language proficiencies before the start of your studies, because otherwise you won't be able to follow the lectures in the second foreign language. Your fifth semester is the mandatory internship semester, where you'll be spending 6 months in a company of your choice to do your internship. And as I've already mentioned before, Pforzheim is located in one of Europe's most industrial and innovative regions, so it's perfect to gain practical experience here. And our university also has a career center, which is always happy to help you find an internship position, and there are even ones available where no knowledge in German is required. After your internship, you will continue with your sixth semester, where you'll be spending 1 semester abroad to study in a foreign country. And the easiest option here is to go and study at one of our 120 partner universities all over the world, because then you won't have to pay any student fees at a partner university. But of course, you also have the option to study abroad as a free mover, where you can select any university of your choice. Alternatively, you can also choose to do a double degree. So a double degree means that you will be spending 2 semesters abroad at a partner university, and at the end of your studies, you will not only get a diploma from Pforzheim University, but from the partner university as well. Then finally, in your 7th semester, you return to Pforzheim once again for one last semester of studies, and you will be also writing your bachelor thesis then on a topic of your choice. Okay, so now I'd like to invite Mr. Diallo, who will soon be starting his 2nd semester in international business here, to tell us a little bit about his experience studying with us. Thank you very much, Mr. Diallo, for those interesting insights. And I hope that you're now interested in our degree program, and I'd be very happy to see all of your applications. So in order to apply, you need at least a B2 level in English and a B1 level in either French or Spanish. And it would be great if you have good grades in mathematics, and if you bring some interest in business administration, economics, and different cultures and languages. So application deadlines are January 15th for the summer semester, which starts in March, and July 15th for the winter semester, which starts in September. And on our website, which you can access through the QR code on the slide, you can find more detailed information on our admission requirements, application process, and financing options. So much for the presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. And now I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
The mic to Professor Dr. Markus Hertwig, who will be talking about international business and other bachelor's arts program from HTW Saar, University of Applied Sciences. And yeah.
My name is Markus Hertwig. I'm professor of international economics at the University of Applied Sciences in Saarbrücken. And I want to present our international business program that is a Bachelor of Arts program. And I will start similarly explaining where is our university located, give you some impressions about the city, explain what makes the city special, Saarbrücken, and talk about Saarland, where it is located. And then I will start to talk about our university in general, what are the different campuses we have, the different schools. And then I will focus on the international business program, show you a little bit the modules, the lectures, and what are the requirements. So I start first, okay, it is located, you could say, in the heart of Western Europe. The region of Saarland, the Bundesland, it has around 1 million inhabitants. It's very close to France. So we share the border with France. Luxembourg is maybe 50 minutes away from Saarbrücken. Also Belgium is not far away. In the past, the region was known for its steel and coal mining industry, and nowadays the economy there is also in an ongoing transformation process to become a much more modern region. And focusing on the capital of Saarland is called Saarbrücken. It has around 180,000 inhabitants. We have 6 universities and more than 20,000 students. Because it's the capital of the region, we have theaters, operas, very famous theaters, festivals, cinema festivals. And because of the location in the center of Western Europe, it's easy to go to Paris, to Luxembourg City, Frankfurt, if you want to work in a bank like Deutsche Bank or the European Central Bank. That's very close to Saarbrücken. And here I have included some pictures so that you can see how the city looks like, what are major buildings in Saarbrücken, the city center, then also some other impressions which covers more your free time, your spare time. The region and Saarbrücken especially is known for its for its food because of the French influence. We have many Michelin star chefs. It's also famous for its football team, 1. FC Saarbrücken, that in the 2 years ago in the German Football Cup was very successful against Eintracht Frankfurt, Bayern München. So that's to give you an impression about the city. Then our university. It's also a University of Applied Sciences, founded in 1971. So this is the main building of our university. We have 4 different campuses, and I will later focus on the campus 𝘗𝘪𝘵, where the business school is located. We have 4 different schools. School of Engineering, the largest is the business school. Then we have the School of Engineering. Then we have the School of Architecture and the School of Social Sciences, located at different campuses. And here I have the number of students of the different schools. Then here are some numbers about our university in general. We have around slightly more than 6,000 students. Around 40% are female students. It's also quite international. We have around 20% of international students from more than 80 different countries. We have around 130 full-time professors at our faculty. And what makes Saarbrücken special is because of its closeness to France. We have also double degree programs with the University of Lorraine on the French side. So you can also study programs in French and German. So there it's like 50% of the classes in German in Saarbrücken and 50% in Metz or at the University of Lorraine in Metz, for instance. And now focusing on the business school that is located in one of the most beautiful areas of Saarbrücken, 𝘗𝘪𝘵, that's called 𝘗𝘪𝘵. Here I have also brought some pictures so that you can see our campus. Looks very nice. It's in one of the nicest areas of Saarbrücken. And here you have some impressions for our classrooms on the right side. Here you can see a picture about faculty members. One of a recent picture so that you see the people that would teach the courses next semester or next year, because the application deadline is still open until end of September, which I have also included in one of the next slides. And here I have some numbers concerning our faculty. I will jump over this so you see the different bachelor programs, the different master programs. And maybe it's important also to emphasize this international management master program that allows you to deepen what you learn during the international business bachelor's degree. So you can also continue with a master program at our university that has this international focus. And similar to Pforzheim, we also work a lot with international companies like Bosch, Michelin, 𝘗𝘪𝘵, SAP. And this includes many guest lectures from practitioners from, for example, these companies. We work together and help you to find an internship, because as you will see, this program also allows you to start an internship. We also offer a bachelor thesis together with companies so that you get to know the companies in depth, and it also allows the companies to get to know future workers for them. We also have seminars. Research is conducted also together with for instance, the companies you find on the right side. And we also have CEOs from these international companies that work in the scientific and the research advisory board. So they also the expertise also enters when it comes to decide about the strategic changes of our program. If we want to change something, they also help us in the advisory board with their expertise, with their more practical expertise. And we have also many different partner universities, because our program also, which I will show you immediately, includes a mandatory stay abroad, and you can choose among many different universities all over the world. So that's now I will start to focus on the program itself in detail. So first, it's, as I said already, it's a Bachelor of Arts. It includes 180 ECTS. It lasts 6 semesters, including the semester abroad. The language is, all the lectures are taught in English, but you have also the opportunity to attend optional French, German, or Spanish classes. It's a full-time program, and you can choose to stay 1 or 2 semesters abroad. We also offer a double degree program with a university in France, Finland, and the US. So as it was explained before, this allows you to obtain 2 degrees by staying 1 year abroad. And then you can obtain the degree, the bachelor degree at the University of Applied Sciences Saarland, plus the degree abroad. And in our case, it always starts in the winter term. Currently, the deadline is still, you still have the opportunity to apply. It ends at the end of September, the application deadline. And then the lectures will start in mid of October. And we don't charge any tuition fees. There is just a semester contribution that includes then a public transport semester ticket for free. This also allows you to get large discounts for meals, or if you want to attend the theater in Saarbrücken. And what are the academic admission requirements? You find them also on My German University website. So you need, as it was explained before, that you have to prove, show that your high school certificate is equivalent to the German qualification. So you need this so-called Hochschulzugangsberechtigung. And currently, it's still the requirement still includes German at B1 level, but this will be something that next year will disappear. Then it will only be English that requires a B2 level. And here I have included the courses as it is currently. So we always work on improving the program, but this is the current content for the different semesters. It includes courses in business, accounting, marketing, economics as well. Within the economic courses, we also cover behavioral economics. So it also includes very novel insights from other areas. Then we also have of course, statistics, mathematics. So it's good if you have an interest in mathematical content as well. And then, as I said before, you also have the opportunity you have to go for 1 semester abroad, but you can also stay for 2 semesters if you want, and you also can opt for the double degree program. The 6th semester is the semester where you can specialize. We have three specializations. One is international accounting. Then we have international marketing and international logistics. Plus, in the last semester, you have to write your bachelor thesis. It can be also with a partner with a company, international company that we are working together, or it can be only at the university. And why you should study international business at our university? So we have we are well recognized internationally according to different rankings. Like at the University of Pforzheim, our business program is very international, and we have a special focus on sustainable business models. We focus on digitalization in the business area. Plus, what makes us special is the focus on entrepreneurial thinking and action. So we promote people, we help people to think like an entrepreneur and to start their own businesses, which in Saarland is also very easy because they have different programs, the region that offers some funding if you want to create your own business. And we work with real-world case studies because, like at the University of Pforzheim, our professors have a practical background, so they know how business are conducted outside of the university. And what we focus on is on data-driven business models. So we emphasize the role of using data to analyze data to make your business model more efficient and competitive in an international world that is very international. Okay, and then we also have a broad international industry network that covers also firms on the French side. If you're interested in working in France or Luxembourg, and what makes us special is also the double degree programs with Finland, France, and the US. And if you look at our graduates, they also are very satisfied with the content that they learned in our program. And they also have no difficulties in finding jobs in international companies, in the finance area, in industrial companies, both in Germany or our neighboring European countries. And also for the internship, because we are at the heart of Europe, it's easy to get an internship in Luxembourg, Frankfurt, Paris. So you have it. You can choose also to make your internship in Paris, for instance, or in Frankfurt, working for one of the global banks. And what is also something we are very proud of, that we have two of our professors received a nationwide award for outstanding teaching in business and economics. So that's also showing that at our faculty, teaching is really excellent. And that's copy paste, sorry. So and what I said also concerning the tuition fee, that was something I said already before. And concerning the cost, because that's something I am sometimes some students ask me or some people who are interested in studying in Saarbrücken. It's relatively cheap compared to other cities. It costs, the rent can cost you around 400, 450 euros per month. Or if it's a small, if it's a room in a shared apartment, it may be only 200, 220 euros per month. So I think that's relatively cheap compared to Frankfurt, for instance, or other larger cities in Germany. And in general, Saarbrücken is considered as being one of the most affordable university cities in Germany. And here I have included some information, some contacts. If you want to get more information about our double degree program, for instance, you can contact these people, and also the link to our website. So that would be all I want to say about my university and our international business program. If you have questions, I would love to answer them in the Q&A session.
I was answering some of the general questions. And yeah, thanks a lot for your presentation, and to both of you for very interesting input. Let us start the Q&A today. The audience seems to be super interested and very active. The very first question that is, do you accept students with a foreign high school diploma? Maybe I can take this, dear Claude. I will put the link from 𝘸𝘪𝘵, where you can find the information if you have direct access to the study course or not. You can also find this on UniAssist, on Hochschul, on Anabin database, but the Anabin database is only in German. However, yeah, please use the 𝘸𝘪𝘵. There's a link I will post soon in chat. The next question is a bit general. Maybe we can take it for the both programs. Let's start with Professor, as you have just finalized. The question is the academic style in Germany super different? Somebody coming from the high school, and you have seen so many students in this background.
I mean, that depends on the country, because I mean, I teach also to French students, and they are used to a totally different style than in Germany. In Germany, it's a very interactive, but in France, according to my students, it's still like a traditional, like it was traditionally in Germany as well, that the professor just talk about the content and no questions are more or less allowed, or people don't dare to ask anything. But in Germany, it's very interactive, similar to school.
I do anything. Mhm. Angela, do you want to add anything?
Yes, so I can just agree with that. So if you decide to study at a University of Applied Sciences, it's very school-like and it's very interactive. But if you go to a regular university per se, I think the class sizes are very big and it's not as interactive. It's more like just sitting there and listening to the professor. So it really depends on which style you prefer.
Thank you. Yes. Angela, the question is for you. What is the entry requirement of Spanish? I think you mentioned in your last slide, but maybe the person joined a bit late.
Yes, so you need to have at least a B1 level in Spanish, and you can prove that through either a language certificate or in some countries, such as like in Germany, I just know from Germany, they're in the high school diplomas, they state which language level you have reached at the end of your high school. So if that's already stated in your high school diploma, you don't need an additional certificate. Or if you're from a Spanish-speaking country already, so if, for instance, if you're from South America, you don't need an additional certificate. You can use your passport, for instance, as proof of Spanish proficiency.
Thank you. Professor, the question for you is about how to submit documents. Do you require them in paper or digital is enough?
Usually digital only. Yes.
Thank you. Another question for both of you is about the study abroad option. I think, Angela, you mentioned 120 partner universities. It's also possible to do a double degree professor review. The question is how easy to get into the study abroad semester. Is it something all students do or only a few? Thank you for your time. Maybe, Angela, you could start and then Professor.
So for our international business study program, it's mandatory to study abroad. So everyone has to do it. And there's a position for everyone. Whether you get your preferred choice or not will depend on your grades. So when you apply for a semester abroad, you can select your top 5 choices, and then it will depend on your grade which choice you will get. But everyone will get an option, like a partner university to study abroad.
And I suppose it's also maybe some student advisory services consulting, like describing which direction is taught at which university, like because maybe they don't know all 120, and it would be nice to have your feedback in this regard.
Yes, so for every country, we have a professor who's responsible for partner universities in that country, and they will have like consulting sessions and advise students. Yes.
Great, thank you. Professor, do you have additions in this regard?
In our case, it's similar than in Pforzheim, also the grades matter. We help students to get a scholarship like Erasmus or Erasmus Plus, and we have an international office. They usually visit 3 or 4 universities per year. Each person working there. And also each professor at our faculty usually visits one or two of these partner universities each year, so that we get to know them and we can really see whether it's worth to go to this or that university, which one suits better for the students.
I see. Thank you. Actually, you answered the second question. How are international exchange semesters funded? Are there scholarships or Erasmus Plus grants available? So I guess this is available.
Yes, it's also
Some special scholarships for Saarland, but the Erasmus is something every student obtains usually. Yeah.
yes, there's also scholarships and funding available at Pforzheim University.
Great. Thank you so much for your answers. As somebody who is like forward-looking, do you also have consequent master's programs available? Can somebody extend their stay in your respective universities? Professor, do you offer continuation?
We have, for instance, the International Management Master. Plus, since this year, we can also offer PhD positions. That's something new.
Okay. Okay, nice. Actually, we also had one attendee who was specifically searching for PhD options, as I think he has MBA from the US and wanted to do a PhD in Germany. So you could also check Hatevesar. Angela, could you add?
Yes, so there's no master program in international business, but we offer a master's in digital enterprise management, and we also offer an MBA, and both are fully taught in English.
Okay, great. And since actually the programs also increase your German skills, you could also maybe try German program in case there is offered by the university. If the student wants to collect some work experience in parallel to studies and because of that wants to slightly prolong the studies, will that prolongation lead to any extra cost in terms of tuition? Maybe it will be adding on tuition fees, as a semester fee, sorry, not tuition, but semester fees. The more semesters you take, for each semester you have to pay, but maybe you also have some limit, and if there are some fines, I don't know. Whoever wants to start.
So for us, there are no fines, but of course, as you said, Nino, there's semester fees or student fees, which all students have to pay every semester. And at Pforzheim University, that's around 120 euros per semester. And for non-EU students, there are also tuition fees of 1,500 euros per semester. And we have a maximum duration of studies of 10 semesters.
I will just add that this is because not of the Pforzheim University, but because of the Baden-Württemberg land. All universities located on this federal land do have tuition fees for non-EU applicants, so it's not only university specific. Professor, do you your feedback?
In Saarland, we don't have tuition fees for non-EU citizens, so neither for Germans. And I think if it's one full semester as an intern, you don't have to pay the semester contribution in Saarland, and no fines as well.
There are a few inquiries. Do you offer this program or that program? So, dear attendees, I will post now the study finder from my German university, and it's super easy to find it. You can just select the subject you want to study in Germany, and this way you can find the universities that are offering. So now I see a question. Do you offer programs in logistics and so on? So all of that is visible there. Maybe I'd better take the concretely program related questions. I think this one was for Angela. Since the program is split between core business administration and specialization, how early can I choose my specialization and how flexible is it? Maybe if somebody wants to switch.
Yes, so the basic subjects you will study in your first 4 semesters, so your first 2 years. And after that, you will do your internship. And then starting with your 6th semester, you can choose the specialization. And usually you do your specialization abroad. And the flexibility therefore depends on the partner university that you go to. So if they are flexible, then the specialization can be flexible as well. If they only offer, for instance, they only offer courses in marketing, then obviously it's not that flexible.
Mhm,
But from our side, it's quite flexible.
mhm. Thank you so much. There is one question from Zubin, I don't know how to correctly pronounce it, who has applied to multiple programs, including Saar University, and the feedback they got from alumni and online search, I guess, is that it's not easy to find part-time jobs in small cities. Professor, you have contact with so many students. Do you have any feedback? Was it possible to get any part-time job? Usually, from what I know, it's even possible to do a student assistantships at the university, or if you don't want to do this, then you could also do really part-time jobs at cafeteria because you, as an international student coming with student visa, are eligible to, you can legally work part-time during your studies, of course. In case you want, you can do full-time only during the semester breaks or some holiday seasons. But normally it should be possible. Maybe it's more interesting to hear it from Professor because you're present here now.
So it's the opposite because at our faculty, all the students usually work part-time. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And the
And also
second part,
during the semester, sorry. Yeah, that's the standard. And we also have teaching assistants, many positions. There are, I think, 10, 12 positions per year.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is also my experience when I was studying. It's in case you don't get a university like student assistantship position right away, you could start with something a bit simpler, like maybe in a part-time job at bakery or so, and you don't have to be super fluent in German. You can also improve or get the vocabulary needed for these tasks during your work already. So it shouldn't be a problem. And the second question was about the rankings. So we also have articles about rankings. In case you want to check international or national rankings, like German rankings, feel free to have a look at our articles. I will also post it in chat. So the question about is it must to have French Spanish certificate was already answered, exceptions already mentioned. If you are a resident of a certain country, you can use even your passport as a proof. Another question is about the class sizes, more lecture style or interactive seminars. Let's start with Angela.
So for the basic subjects, so for instance, in the first semester, as I've already mentioned, you will study with all other students from a business school. So the class size is obviously quite large and it will be more lecture style. But for the international business classes, there will be smaller groups, around 15 to 20 students per group. And it will be more seminar style. We will have like case studies and presentations and group works.
What about Fateh?
Yeah, in the first semester, maybe it's around 30 to 40 students. But then over time, it's maybe between 15 and 30 students. And it's very interactive. We also work with case studies and projects, practical, so that you have a project together with a partner company. very hands-on.
Thank you. Maybe I have overheard this part. Do these programs also have modules in digital business and AI? I see nodding, so yes, I guess for both programs. Yeah, then this is yes. Again, another question about ranking. So for rankings, the articles are already in chat. What more activities or extracurricular will make my application strong, as acceptance rate has a lot of competition for international students? I think for Pforzheim, I think the math grade has importance. And if somebody does not have a really good grade, can he or she improve it with some courses, maybe online courses completed or so?
So for Pforzheim University, your overall high school grade actually doesn't depend for the application, but the math grade, as you said, is very important. It's weighed with 45% of the application. So if you have a good math grade, then the chances of admission are quite high. And for the language proficiency, so both English and French and Spanish, you can improve your grade through a stay abroad or a semester abroad, or just like, I don't know, like in German, like a au pair, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that improves your grade and your chances of admission.
What about HTWSAG?
There are no restrictions this year.
Okay.
We want to see whether it improves the quality of the applications or not. So.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.